Hi there. How are you? All right. I'm going to share my screen right now with you. And let me see what I'm sharing right here. I am. All right. Here we go. Perfect. All right. So, hi there. So, my name is Angela Johnson, and today I'm going to start our online learning anywhere, anytime class. And this class is also going to feature art integration. So, I think it's a really fun course, and it's all about summer, and it's a great opportunity for you to be engaged in a quick summer course, thinking about ways to connect with your students that are, at home. No matter what the situation is, maybe they can't go to school, or maybe you just want to provide them with something for them to do, from a distance. You just want to use more technology, maybe. And also, how do you integrate art into your curriculum, into what you do every day, and make it more fun, make it more creative? Sometimes we just need something, some new ideas, some fresh ideas. And so this class is for you. So this is going to be awesome. So um, my background is in bilingual education, and my master's is from WSU Tri-Cities, Washington State University. I'm originally from Brazil, São Paulo, Brazil, and I have a bachelor's in languages, and I really enjoy, talking about culture, language and culture, and literacy, and bilingual education in general, and anything that has to do with, little students, like young learners and elementary school, and anything that has to do with learning to read and write. So that said, I feel like if we get creative with the reading and the writing, we can incorporate all sorts of cool stuff. For example, art and technology. So art's something that really speaks to my heart. And I think that's going to be a really fun class to explore because of that. I'm into scrapbooking and photography and painting and watercolors and all sorts of different, ways of visual arts. So I hope that you are also excited about that part of this class. And you can share your expertise with me as well, with everybody in this class. So I want you to be thinking about how you're going to be resourceful, okay? I want you to do what I call the ask three before me. You're like, what? Yes, ask three before me rule. I've noticed that since we're going to be doing online learning, it's hard to be, to not know what to do, right? I want to make sure that you know that you can message me when you need. But sometimes I get messages like, where is the assignment? Or how do I reply to somebody in this discussion? Or things like pushing the reply button, or the little details of very simple things that sometimes are really hard for me to reply to because I have a lot of students. And I would love to answer all your questions, but if you would use each other as resources, that would minimize those little questions for me. That would be really great. And also, it would allow you and your partners and your classmates to get to know each other more and work together. And that's what being, a classmate and in the future, a colleague is all about. So the rule is ask three people before you ask me. So if you email me, I'm going to ask you, have you asked your classmates before? Did you do the ask three before me rule? And so we'll see. We'll evaluate each case. All right. I want you to be resourceful also about looking at the information in the syllabus. Okay, the syllabus is going to be posted on Canvas, usually under class 1. Every syllabus goes under class 1. And so If you have a question, let's say about the grade, how many points is this worth? It's going to be in the syllabus. When is it due? Well, you got to look at the calendar at the end of the syllabus, and so on and so forth. The little details like that are always going to be in the syllabus. All right, I try to be very precise as much as possible so that you don't have to ask me for those questions. And how do I turn it in? If you look at the Canvas shell and how it works, you'll see that there's always drop boxes, and there's always a reason why things are the way they are. So you're gonna notice patterns. If you had a class with me, you'll notice that it's always the same. So a study before me rule, syllabus, and the calendar in the syllabus is the third thing. Always look on the calendar, okay? And then another thing is turn in assignments on time. I get a lot of emails about, oh, I'm not gonna be able to turn in my assignment on time. Please do not email me about that. If you're going to be really late about an assignment, yes, email me about that. But if you get a message that says that your assignment was turned in late, well, it means that it was turned in late. What am I gonna do? I have to put a due date for each assignment so that everyone knows that there's a due date for each of the assignments. That helps you with your calendar in your to-do list on Canvas. So if it shows that it's late, it's late. Depending on what it is, I will not deduct points, and I'm flexible about that. But please do not take advantage of that rule, okay, that particular flexibility that I have about your assignments, all right? Only do that if you really need to be late with your assignment and you have a real reason for being late, all right? And then getting in touch with me, the best way to get in touch with me is by email. My email is ajohnson@columbiabasin.edu. Please do not contact me over the phone. You can use the Remind system, please, but phone calls are only for emergencies only, please. All right? Respect my family time, I'll respect yours, and we're good to go. All right. Now, if you have not signed up for the Remind system, please do that right now. Under announcements on Canvas, you will find the code that I posted for you to sign up for the messages. There's a link, and there's also like a number or in code. Either or will work. Do that, I'll receive a notification that you signed up, and then you're good to go. You're gonna get messages every day about the class. This course in particular is a very short one because it was originally scheduled for a 2-week period. So it's gonna be, we're gonna have 8 days in a row. So be tuned, stay tuned for, you know, an everyday kind of assignment thing, and then you're done in 8 days. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna explore a lot of fun activities, and it's gonna be awesome, all right? Perfect. Now, remember, I have, we're gonna be doing a lot of like online learning, and there's a lot of videos that go with that, including this one that I'm recording right now that you're watching here on my channel on YouTube. So remember to subscribe to my channel right here. Just click subscribe. Every time that there's a new video, if you subscribe, you get a notification. There's a little bell sign. You can click on that and you can receive notifications every time I have a new video that gets uploaded. All right, so this is the link right here for my channel. If you don't know what the channel address is, but you're right now watching this video on my YouTube channel, so you're already there. So just click subscribe and then click on the little bell, and then I'll just say yes to receiving notifications. All right, and so there will be playlists. If you see this picture right here, there will be playlists, and there will be different like topics. For example, curriculum development, or you know, bilingual methods. There will be different classes that I teach, and different topics that I'm knowledgeable about, that you can go and watch specific videos on those specific topics, so that you don't get lost on what to watch. And there's also a section on how to how to upload your own video to YouTube, how to upload your assignment to Canvas, and so on and so forth. There's a how-to section as well. All right? And remember, this is a bilingual class. And if you're bilingual and you are a Spanish speaker, you can actually do some of your assignments in Spanish, and you can record your videos also in Spanish as well, because we have a lot of students that we serve in our community that will be benefiting from you, you know, being bilingual and using your Spanish for instruction. So go for it. All right? Perfect. Now, when you are actually doing your, creating your YouTube channel, you're gonna watch a video for that later on, okay? I would like to point out something. I would like you to make sure that when you're uploading your videos to your own YouTube channel, that you set your videos to be seen by everyone. So set your settings to public. The reason is because it's easy to share your link and anyone can watch it, okay? Also, click on this button right here that says it's not made for kids, because that gives me options. If you put it, it's made for kids, it will not allow me to comment on the video. So I cannot say great job or give you feedback on your video or say something that I really liked about it, because I will be watching your videos and I'm gonna say, wow, great job, this is wonderful. So if you set for kids, I cannot do that. Also, I can also save it for watching later, or I can save it in one of my playlists. And I can save it as my like student videos, or I can create a special playlist for myself so that I can watch later. But if you don't set it as for adults, I cannot do that. It doesn't allow me to. So also, let me not forget to say that, if you mark it that it's made for kids, then you know how sometimes, you know, kids, or my daughter, that she's 4 years old, she might be watching a video about Beauty and the Beast. All of a sudden, videos pop up, right, depending on the theme. Then maybe her video might pop up as a video for kids. And sometimes it's not something that is appropriate for them to watch. Maybe it's a lesson on something, or a commentary, or a documentary. It's something like, it's not a specific show for kids. So I would just have you mark it for adults, because it's a teaching lesson. It's a teaching channel that you are creating. Even though you might have kids featured in your videos, it's not made for kids. It's made for adults to watch your channel. Does that make sense? So I just wanted to make sure, set your settings to public, and then the video are for adults, not for kids. All right, just wanted to clarify that because I had a lot of trouble. And after you get graded, do not take your video down, because there will be other people in our program at CBC. They'll be able to watch your videos and they'll be learning from your examples, because believe me, you might not love your video, but your video might be like the best video of all times and you don't even know it. So believe me, keep it there. You don't want me to take down your grade if you take down your video. So make sure that you keep your video there for everyone. All right. And if there's somebody that is not supposed to be in that video, please do not use that video. Do not upload that video just in set to public. Only post videos that you have permission to post. If you need a permission slip for minors, please talk to me, email me. Yes, please email me about that, and I'll make sure that you have a permission slip for that. All right, a consent form. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Now you're thinking, I have so many questions. If you need to pause this video at any time, please do so. Just pause, take some notes, write down what I'm saying. It's always important to take notes. And always, always, always watch the videos from beginning to end. Okay? All right. Hope you paused your video and now you're like, okay, I'm refreshed. Let's do this. Right? Okay. Let's see. All right. So I have here ECED 216 Advanced Special Topics. This is the class that I can change the topic every year. But I'm thinking that this is such a great topic. It's so current, so appropriate for the times that we're living right now in this particular time in our lives, that I think probably next year I'll be teaching the same course. We'll see, maybe differently, right? So I named this class Remote Learning and Hands-On Learning Anywhere, Anytime, Strategies for Early Learners, Art Connections, Creative Materials, and Activities for the Early Childhood Curriculum. So when I thought about this class, I thought about, okay, how can we teach students that are at home? They don't necessarily have fancy materials and supplies, because sometimes their parents don't have everything at home. Like, how are they gonna have 3 different types of watercolors or acrylic paint and, you know, 3 different types of paper for this particular activity and 10 different types of brushes? Who has that? Nobody has that, right? So I wanted this class to be more about exploring what students actually have at home and can actually find at home, either at home, in the house, or in the backyard, in the front yard, in the bathroom, and do art with those items. Science, math, doesn't matter. Get creative, right? So think about that. Now, let's add a layer to this. How can you teach them from your computer, and they're in their home and they're using their computer? You're not with them. You're doing distance learning, online learning, remote learning. That's when we have to step up our game and really learn to do what I'm doing right now, which is I'm sharing my screen and I'm talking to you, and I'm in your home right now. And you're like, oh, okay, that's my teacher, that's my professor, and she's in my house right now, and that feels great. If I turn off my video, it won't feel this great because you won't see my face. Watch. If I keep talking to you without my video, does it feel the same? I don't think so. You can still hear me, right? But it's not the same. So think about that. You need to engage. You need to make eye contact with your students. You need to get them stand up and turn on their chairs and do whatever it is that they need to do. And you need to be awesome about it. And yes, I'm wearing my pajamas. Watch. I'm wearing pajamas right now. And you might not be wearing anything fancy either. So you need to be like, oh, okay, I can do this. I got this. All right, you can do it. So this is going to be a class that is what I wrote here. It is an opportunity to participate in a class dealing with those topics, right? So if you love creative ways to engage and teach young learners, this class is for you. We will explore technology, art, connections, and many other materials and curriculum connections to design incredible remote and in-person lessons for children from toddlers to 3rd grade. So if you teach the little ones, great. If you teach the older ones, great. You will have the opportunity to design and deliver video lessons that integrate visual arts and other content areas. So you can just be super creative about how you go about this, okay? Now, what are the questions we're answering? There's always an essential question for our learning. What's the objective of this class? So how can, in yellow at the bottom right here, how can teachers design lessons to be delivered remotely to meet children's needs at each of their developmental stages, right? You might have like 5 kids like on Zoom with you, and they are all in their homes and they have different needs. How do you address those? Can they do a breakout session and they can all have their own, you know, time with you one-on-one? That's a way, right? Second question, what are the various ways to creatively engage with children to deliver an outstanding hands-on experience or a remote learning experience? Creatively engage is what my key phrase is right here. How can you develop your teaching abilities through the use of video lessons? I want you to create video lessons in this class. Now you're gonna use your phone to create a video lesson, or you can use your Zoom like I'm doing right now, and you can have a very steady camera from your computer that is not moving and jiggling like, oh, right? Because on your phone, it's always kind of crazy how it goes, but your computer is very steady and the image is very good. So how can you create a video? And then how do you go from your computer to YouTube? Oh, I have videos for you to watch. Two quick little videos. So you watch, you learn how to do it, you record yourself, you teach your lesson, and you shine. Okay, that's the new way to do it. You gotta learn, because that's just happening right now. And then the next one, how can teachers incorporate the visual arts into the curriculum to integrate other content areas? How do the arts with social studies and science and PE or math, right? It's amazing. If we could do that more, it would be amazing. It can be amazing, and it will be amazing, and you're gonna do it. The last question is, how can teachers involve families, parents, and the community in the creative process of teaching and learning? Now, it sounds like, oh my gosh, it's so difficult. How can teachers involve families, parents, and community? It sounds difficult, but it's the most important piece of this whole thing, is involving the families in the community and the parents, because if they don't know how to help the students, how can they be successful, right? If you're going into the kids' homes through the internet, through the computer screen, you need to have that connection with the parents. And they know who you are, and they'll respect you, and they'll help you. They'll be gathering materials for you. So how can you make that connection? Okay? That's what we're going to explore in those next 8 days. You got this. I'm so excited. Now our textbook. You can use the textbook, the e-textbook, which is the online version. That's what I have this time. That's what they gave me. Or you can use the paper version, okay? Either way, you can find it on Amazon or the CBC library, but hurry, because we only have 8 days and then we'll be done. So you need your textbook like yesterday, right? Now, what is online learning and why is it important? So online learning is an in-person interaction between educators and students on a regular basis, done remotely. It's in person, but it's remotely, right? Through the use of technology. So you're still doing that 101, you still have that 101 connection for the most part, right? So the use of the internet, the use of technology between the educator and the students. Sometimes there are tests that are not like visually, that doesn't they don't necessarily have that component of the visual, like a video chat like we're having right now, but you might have like an online component, like an activity, a text for them to read, something for them to do, and sometimes it's good to balance it out, right? But it's something for you to think about, because it's how it's gonna go. You're gonna have to be thinking, okay, I'm gonna have videos, I'm gonna have text, I'm gonna have writing. So there will be reading, writing, listening, speaking, how you're gonna use all those components for this online learning, and how you're gonna interact. I think that's the most important word, interact. And why is it important? Well, because it's happening right now. It's what we need to learn to be successful with our students and to make them successful as learners. We can no longer say that we don't know, we're gonna learn it later. It's happening now. Students are home waiting for their teachers to really deliver their lessons that they need. They'll learn to be in front of the computer and do the activities. They'll need some, you know, time to build that stamina. Yes, they need that time, but you need to be ready to deliver those lessons. So here we are, remote learning. Let's integrate some art, let's integrate some cool things so that it all works out, so that they're engaged. All right. Now, online learning is really cool because it provides some sort of flexibility. So I have at the bottom right here a few things to think about. Online learning is great because it provides some flexibility. So online education enables the teacher and the student to set their own learning pace, right? It's kind of cool. At the same time, it's like, if you're not a good time manager, it might be a difficult thing. So think about that for a second, right? 2, online learning tap into different learning modalities, such as visual learning, kinesthetic, if you incorporate that into your lesson plans, right? So if you want students to be moving, then it becomes a kinesthetic opportunity, right, for students to learn. If not, they'll be sitting there. So it just depends on how you're going to do that with them. Auditory, they're going to be learning to listen and pay attention and incorporate that kind of learning into their repertoire of, of strategies and ways that they learn. And then many more. So those are just some things to be thinking about. Now, online learning also can be a little bit tricky because there are just natural barriers there, right? Such as accessibility to the internet, accessibility to the computer, or knowing how to access, the website or the software, or, excuse me, having that particular knowledge on how to log in, or having the parents log in, and so on and so forth. So you have to work with the parents to help that the accessibility not be an issue, right? So barriers exist. We just need to navigate them and minimize those barriers so that online learning is accessible, right? Now, online learning. Now, have you heard of Padlet before? What is Padlet? When I heard about Padlet, for the first time, I was like, oh, that's a cool name, Padlet. And I said, Padlet. That's so cool. And so I looked into it, and then I was like, oh, that's so great. Okay, let me see what it is. So Padlet is very cool because you can do different visual boards. Let's call it a board. Okay, so you can do like a wall looking one. You can do a canvas, a stream, a grid, a shelf, a back channel, like a chat, right? You can do maps, you can do timelines. So Padlets can look very different depending on how you want it to look. So they're templates for you to use. So I'm going to show you what a Padlet is. I created my own Padlet. So I'm going to want you to create your own Padlet for our class, okay? And then we're going to share it in a discussion thread in next class, okay? So it's going to be super cool. So the About Me Padlet. There's one example that I found that they had, okay? I'm going to click on it. Let me see if you are able to see. I think you are. Let's see. Right here. So I found this About Me bio. It says short bio. I started writing because it's in my blood, and I live in San Francisco. About the dog and the food, what he's reading, what he's listening to, contact info, and questions. And so this is an example of a Padlet, right? It has little squares right here. It becomes a board. Now mine, I created one as well. And it kind of looks like this when you're first looking at a Padlet. You create a free account, and then you can create your Padlet, make a Padlet. You can make 3 free Padlets, all right? So mine looks like this. And so I created my Padlet for you, and I'm gonna share it with you in a discussion thread, and I want you to comment on my Padlet, okay? So here's my family, my daughter Julia when she was born, my husband Eric and her when she was still tiny. She was 7 days old. Here's Brazil. I'm from Sao Paulo down here. See how far Sao Paulo and Rio are? It's about 6 hours by car. So there's no beach where I'm from, but about 2 hours away right down here. If you drive 2 hours here, you can definitely go to the beach. My hobbies, like I shared in my personal video. If you watch that video, you will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't yet, watch that. It's gonna be loaded for you on Canvas. Excuse me. My hobbies are photography, scrapbooking, cake making, and decorating, and traveling. My favorite food is fettuccine alfredo. Yum. What's yours? You can comment right here at the bottom. And here you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can comment, you can click right here and you can comment down here. And then there's a question for you. What else do you want to know about me? And I want you to do something similar too with your Padlet when you create yours. So you're gonna comment and I'll comment on yours and so on and so forth. The meaning of my name. Angela means angel of love. Here's, I put a little gift like just a little Cupid. And then my favorite topics to teach: art, language, social studies, and anything hands-on. Now, I can continue adding. So when I made my Padlet, look how easy it is. I'm gonna click right here, plus, and you're gonna create it like right down here. I can type anything I want. So if I wanna say my favorite show, my favorite show, that's difficult because I like everything. Not my favorite show, not my favorite show. I'm gonna say, my favorite Sunday activity is, and then I'm gonna go find online right here. I can go right here on this little thing, and then I'm going to search for if somebody's looking in, I can go images right here. Here we go. That's a cute one. Is sleeping in. So my little picture is gonna come right here, hopefully. Let's see. I can make this bigger or smaller. So, there's my thing. It didn't really open. Let me close that. Let me see if I can. What happened? We go back. Images. Sleep in. Let me see a baby. No, that didn't work again. Let me try another picture. Image. Sleep like a baby. Let's see what pops up. There we go. Let's see. Here's the picture. See how it popped up right there? And so then I can come right here, I can move it. I can move it to this side if I want. See, I can move it right here. I think I'm gonna keep it right there. I can make it a little bigger. Right there. You can make it bigger right here by doing that. It's excellent. And if I want to keep going, I can click the plus sign right here. I can go up here and I can go to this little settings button, and I can change my colors, my background colors to orange. Look at that. Okay, maybe I want orange. See, let me see. What do you think? Orange? Ta-da! And then make sure to comment on my pictures and tell me what else you want to know. And then I'm going to share my Padlet with you on our discussion thread. So be ready for it, okay? It'll be super cool. Super, super cool. Let me go back to our PowerPoint. All right, so this is my Padlet, all about me. So it's easy to make your own. You just create your account and you go to padlet.com, and then you just create your free account, and you can create 3 Padlets total for free. So one of your Padlets is going to be for this class, and then you just send me your link to your Padlet. Okay, when you're done, well, actually you send your link to the discussion thread, and then everyone can see, we can comment on. It's going to be super cool so we can get to know each other. Padlet is a visual way to connect with one another. So think about how you could use this strategy, the Padlet strategy, with your students. How could they use that? Maybe, or how could their parents use that with them to connect their learning? Could you use that for social studies? Could you use that for science or math or art? Right? That would be super fun. Okay? Perfect. Now, to wrap up, I would like you to go to Canvas, and I want you to look at the syllabus, okay? The syllabus will have the calendar for the class. It's going to be what guides your learning this quarter, and you should do that and be ready for the next thing that we're going to do. Remember, this is a 2-week class, so everything goes really fast. You got to be quick. You got to be ready, okay? So then I put a little joke. When they hand out the syllabus on the first day, you're like, oh, yeah. You're like, oh. And you're like, oh, I'm out, right? But don't feel discouraged. And that's it for me for right now. Thank you for watching our introduction here for this class. I hope I got you excited and understanding a little bit more. Remember, ask 3 before me. I'm going to open a discussion thread that's called Ask 3 before me. So that is a great way for you to have a platform online on Canvas to actually ask the questions you need and get answers really fast so you can connect easily. Remember, sign up for the Remind system that is under announcements, okay? And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. And remember, subscribe to my channel. All right? Have a good one. Bye-bye.